good, them favor any debt. You a lead, girl, and you a
on Passion live stream. On Passion live stream. On Passion live stream. Reasoning. Let's talk about it. Any topic. With DJ Nyamafood and Nadine. Reasoning. On Passion live stream. On Passion live stream. On Passion live stream. Reasoning.
Invasion, I what them a say. We no walk and burn or beg. Anything we have we work for. Independent of blood clots, so we say trend.
Girl, you no need them strength. Tell them for go and tell them for go. Them see them by your name, them even wanna bet. Me and topic, girl, and you want them make them dirty germs and on a style and on a sense. Girl, you no need them friend. You're independent, you're not beg. And you know walk it for your pussy by your wet. Your body looks so good, them favor any debt. You a lead, girl, and you a set the trend. Them girl, they not ready. And them a say, yo, that's your belly. Inna them house, them never stove, them never telly. Vision and life, I'm a them girl, you see you trendy. Clean every day, inna your fendi. And baby, you no fuck out. You no see them girl, they comfort. Without the makeup, them no come out. Some ugly girl for whole lot. Them a and J run them a whole lot. Borrow clothes anytime them go out. Girl, you no need them strength. Tell them for go and tell them for go. Them see them by your name, them even wanna bet. Me and topic, girl, and you want them make them dirty germs and on a style and on a sense. Girl, you no need them friend. You're independent, you're not beg. And you know walk it for your pussy for your wet. Your body looks so good, them favor any debt. You a lead, girl, and you a set the trend. There's some girl who call up. Your style shot, them sick, come up. No man, no one, them figure love up. Your pussy tight, they turn up. Them can't style you was a loss. Broke pocket, girl, so them corrupt. And baby, you no regular. A top man in your belly, girl. They never fly pan a plane, them favor elephant. You a preps, girl, you no fuck any man. You a lead, girl, tell them say elegant. Girl, you no need them strength. Tell them for go and tell them for go. Them see them by your name, them even wanna bet. Me and topic, girl, and you want them make them dirty germs and on a style and on a sense. Girl, you no need them friend. You're independent, you're not beg. And you know walk it for your pussy for your wet. Your body looks so good, them favor any debt. You a lead, girl, and you a set the trend. Them girl, they not ready. And them a say, yo, that's your belly. Inna them house, them never stove, them never telly. Vision and life, I'm a them girl, you see you trendy. Clean every day, inna your fendi. And baby, you no fuck out. You no see them girl, they comfort. Without the makeup, them no come out. Some ugly girl for whole lot. Them Mac and J run them a whole lot. Borrow clothes anytime them go out. Girl, you no need them strength. Tell them for go and tell them for go. Them see them by your name, them even wanna bet. Me and topic, girl, and you want them make them dirty germs and on a style and on a sense. Girl, you no need them friend. You're independent, you're not beg. And you know walk it for your pussy for your wet. Your body looks so good, them favor any debt. You a lead, girl, and you a set the trend.
Hello. Good night. Welcome to live streaming. Just got audio on. Anyway, welcome everybody. Good night. Welcome. First, I want to say happy bank holiday to everybody who's celebrating it, and for all who's enjoying it. Is that your audio, Nadine? Can hear a playback somewhere. Anyway, yes, I must say good night to everybody. Welcome to the live streaming show. As you know, we do this every Monday night from now till the hours of 10:30. Is it 10:30 or 10 o'clock? Sometime I forgot. But yes, I cannot hear Nadine's audio. Nadine, I can't hear your audio. Nadine, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, see if you can jump off and jump back in, Nadine, for 1 minute. We can't hear you. Right. Good night to you again. Miss K, how you doing? You all right?
I'm doing good, thanks.
Yeah, I think it's your phone that's playing back.
Right,
Are you listening to your speaker or something?
yeah. If I, how do I do that? How do I change this now?
Have you got an earphone?
I haven't, because I'm not even at home with all my stuff around me.
All right. Okay.
If I
Okay.
mute myself whilst I'm not talking, will that help?
Maybe we only can try.
Let me
Nadine,
mute
I still
myself.
can't hear Nadine. I heard Nadine earlier. Um, First, let me just big up some people on the platform first as we continue. Guys, please, we're asking you kindly just share the live because we've got a lovely guest tonight. I will introduce her in a minute. But yes, good night to you, Serlin. Good night to you, Andrea. Are you very early? Good night to you, Rhonda. Big up yourself. How you doing? Yeah. Big shout outs reaching out to everybody that's checking in right now. And as you can see, guys, it is bank holiday. And Owen, yes, I see Owen as well. Good night, Owen. How you doing, sir? Manners and respect. All right. Let's hope everybody is, whether you're indoors or outdoors, I don't know. Let's just hope that everybody is enjoying this day of festive relaxation that you should be having. If you are not relaxing, wherever you are, as long as you're logged in, we must say big up to yourself and thank you very much for forwarding. All right. So I am just trying to wait for Lady Nadine because I want her to be on point with me as we go. But guys, just a heads up, I've got lovely Miss K tonight. And as you know, we were talking about this last week, and we were saying we want to continue this with somebody who's in that professional zone of, the question was, Miss K, you don't have to answer now, but as we continue through the show, this was the topic last week, but we did not have somebody of your caliber online to help us clarify this. So the question was, how best can we help someone that's battling with depression? That was the question last week. So just have a, I mean, you probably know already what it is, but as Nadine come back and we'll try move on with the show and see how we can progress to move forward. All right. But for now, big up to everybody who's checking in. Julius Bent, big up yourself, Baba. All right, bless up yourself, Bossy. Everything good, all right? So until Gemma, big up yourself, Gemma General. I see you. Man, as a respect to everybody who is sharing the live, okay? Yeah, yeah. Big up to everybody who's checking in. Yeah, man. Leave me alone, Baba. Me, I did bigger things right now, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, thank you very much for forwarding as well, brother. Respect our manners, all right? Where is Nadine? Can somebody go on with Nadine now? And I can't even ring her on this phone because I'm watching the live. You know what I mean? I wonder if Nadine is in a bad spot. Yeah, let's just hang on a bit till Nadine forward. So yes, oh well, here she is. Little Miss Lady. And we still can't get your audio, Nadine. I don't know. What are we gonna have to do? But Nadine, there was the audio earlier. I wonder if she can do like what Miss K did. She said she tapped the microphone twice and came back. You can hear me though, Nadine, yeah? Nadine, can you hear me? Nadine, if you can hear me, shake your head. Nadine? Mary Weed. Mary Weed. You can hear me, Miss K, yeah?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Well, that's it. That's great. Oh, Nadine. Can you hear me, Nadine? She said her internet is full. She got 4 bars. So it's not internet. She can't even hear me. So check what I go on host. I mean the connection, you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. Ay ay ay. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, good night. Pazi Wazi Wagwan. Bless up to yourself. Um right now, Miss K, I just think I want to just continue before and try have the engineers sort it out while we go on. Um see if we can get Nadine. All right. So so right now, Miss K, my first question I want to fire at you again. Um, you know, how best can we help someone that's battling with depression? I mean, like, is there any pointers that you can give us if we do like meet somebody that's got um depression and stuff like that? I mean, like, I want you to help us to understand what are the things we can do to help somebody that is suffering with depression. Oh, I can't hear no audio now. Miss K, hold on. I can't hear you. Try your speaker again.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, so I was saying that this is kind of a tricky question to answer because there is no one answer because everybody's an individual. So obviously people will respond differently to different things. Some people are going to respond just by having people around them and surrounding them and having that, that shoulder that to cry on, or that ear just to speak to. Somebody just taken on board that person is struggling and acknowledging that whatever they're going through is difficult for them, because you might be thinking to yourself, hold on, okay, you're saying you're depressed, but I can't really see a reason for it. But you don't have to see the reason for it. You've just got to acknowledge how that person's feeling. And
Okay.
for some people, just being there for them and just speaking to them and helping them through that. Don't leave them to kind of suffer by themselves with it, because a lot of people with depression, I find, suffer in silence. They don't say anything because they feel like they're a burden when they're speaking to people.
Okay. Okay. Can
And
you
then,
hear me?
sorry.
Can you hear me still?
I can hear you, yes.
Okay, right. Now, I mean, oh, good night. I'm Natasha, Angela, Flicker. Good night, Shauna. Big up to everybody, Paziwazi. Right. So, guys, what we're talking about now with Miss K, I don't know what's going on with Nadine people. I wish really, because Nadine has got so much on this topic that we need to kind of. Can you hear me, Nadine? Yes, you can hear me. So, if you can hear me, Nadine, there's no sound from you, Nadine. T- touch your microphone or something now. Try, I don't know, try something. Sure, it was, when you made that call, you sure the call is hung up properly? Type in that box, Nadine, because I can't hear you. Type in that box. You know that box that we got? Just type in there so I can understand what you say. But did get your audio earlier? We got your audio earlier. Sorry about this, Miss K. Bear with us a
No
minute.
problem.
Oh, you was on the phone. That's what I'm saying. Look if it's not hung up, Nadine. You hung up the call. Oh, Jesus. What? Nadine, talk. Say something. Did I just hear something a while ago? Nadine, turn up your phone. Turn up your volume. I'm trying to read him out. You say, I have F sake. I heard that. I seen that. I didn't hear that. Sorry. But guess what? Yeah, I think Nadine, you're gonna have to give us sign languages. Because we've got this lovely guest on the panel, and you choose not to have your voice be hearing tonight. Nadine, I want to hear you. She's got so much to ask you on this topic, so this is why it's so important for her to have her thing working up tonight, man.
Yeah, I'm guessing she's got a lot to say.
Yeah, because like I said, with me, I'm really dunce to this. You know what I mean? I don't even know. I don't even
Not
know
that
what.
you're done.
No, what I'm saying. Okay, so do you not get signs from people that have got mental health issues?
You do. So you're gonna know for yourself the obvious signs that you see from people. So you notice when that time when you say to somebody, "What's up? What's the matter?" Like you can see that they're down for some reason. So,
Yes,
oh, we can hear you.
yes. Finally, say it again.
First of all, I'd like to say, Nyamafood, you're so annoying when you can't hear me. Like, I'm trying to talk, and I can't hear you. I was like, shut up! God!
Yeah, because you keep moving your mouth. And I know Passion live streaming don't give
And her
problems.
name's not Miss K.
What's your name?
Don't settle for less, Kim. Do not settle for less.
Listen,
What's
I
your
told
name?
him we can call me whatever
Okay,
it was. I will
okay,
answer. It doesn't
okay.
matter.
Let's do this again because now you get your voice back. Now you get your voice back. Yeah. So let's do this again. Can you please introduce our guest? Nadine.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the show. This is the Reasoning Show with Nadine and Nyamafood. And today I have a guest on the show, someone that specialises in mental health. I'm not going to say too much about what she does because obviously that's her personal profession, but she has a great insight from the professional level of mental health and mental illness. So that's why I called her onto the show today. So what would you like to be addressed as on the show, young lady?
Young lady, that's a nice one. Listen, Nadine, you can call me whatever you like. I'm gonna answer. You call me Kim, I'll answer. Call me Kimberly, I'll answer. Call me idiot, I'll answer. Whatever.
Really? Now you're
Don't,
not
Kim.
powerful?
You know I've got a nickname for you already. Don't go there.
No, don't even think about it. Not your nickname.
Right. Now,
Yeah.
Nadine,
Yes.
so we're just trying to continue. We're just trying to pick up from where
Where
we
were
left
you?
off.
Where were you? Let me jump in where you were. Where were you?
Well, remember last week we were talking about how best can we help someone. Miss Kim, can you just
Yeah.
mute for a minute? Yeah,
Yeah.
because we're getting that playback. Right. Now, remember last week, Nadine, we were saying how best can we help someone that's battling with depression. So you said, let's continue this week and you'll get Miss Lady Kim inside the building, which she's here and she is on that level to tell us a little bit more insight to what I don't know and to what
I was referring to. We are nearly 25 minutes into the show, and I've seen you guys talking about something. So I was referring to where you guys were in terms of Uno's conversation, not last week, because I'm aware of what happened last week, hence why she's here. So I want to know what you've been speaking about so far, so I can jump in and then waff it up, you know?
Well, I've just told you.
Yeah, you told me about last week.
Nadine, I've just told you that we were
sorry, Kimberly. Can you
continuing.
address the situation? Because obviously somebody's acting blonde.
Nadine, I've
So
just
he was
told you.
asking me like, how like can you recognize if somebody is unwell, if they're depressed or if they've got a mental health issue? So I was saying to him, you get the really obvious ones where you can tell if somebody's not right, and you'll be asking them, what's going on? What's all right? You don't look yourself. And then obviously with other mental health illnesses like schizophrenia and whatever, you see people maybe seem like they're talking to themselves, so you're going to know that something's going on. But mental health is not always that obvious. Lots of people battle with different types of mental health issues, and nobody's got a clue. Everybody thinks
No
that they're
one's got a
completely
clue.
happy.
Yeah.
Everything's done.
Yeah, I agree. That's what I was referring to, Nyamafood. So I understand where we left off from last week, but I just wanted to know what you spoke about. I didn't want to repeat myself. You know, like when you go to a party and you're a DJ and you turn up late and you play the same songs the last one played because you weren't listening. CM saw. So that's why I was asking, yeah?
I hear you.
What got
Well,
me now?
like I said again, Nadine. I didn't go into much with
That
Kim.
was enough. That was a lot there. That was enough.
No. Because all I did, I was trying to buy sometimes. So I just asked her, is there like signs to tell? How can you
And
know if
that's a
somebody?
brilliant question, Nyamafood. That's a brilliant question you could have asked, because that was one of the questions I was going to ask. So you started the show for me. So don't act like just because you don't know much about it. You've learned.
Tell the people let me stop bringing when they're up on the show. Your audio gone again. Oh my days. What is now? What go on this week, Nadine? Trouble. You can't be eating like that. This is not a regular stuff. I don't know what's going on tonight. I don't even can think I can apologize because there's no problems around here. You know what I mean? Okay. Good night, Lee. Is that Lee Shell? Is it Lee Shell? Good night, Lee Shell. Big up yourself. Welcome to the platform again, guys. We're just here. You see, this is weird because I don't want to move on, and then we should forward again. I forgot. So you know what I mean. But anyway, so not going in too deep, but how long have you been a mental health nurse?
Oh God, jeez, I can't even remember. It's been so long. We're
Really?
talking. Let's say 12 years. That sounds about right.
Okay, that's long. 12 years from my life, that's a lot off,
It's a lot. So I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot in that 12 years. Lots of different things.
Charmaine Brown said, hell. Oh, God. Thank you very much, Lishal. Thank you very much. I'm trying my best with pronunciations and stuff like that. You can't see mental illness. Andrea says we can't see mental illness.
I think she's definitely right to a certain extent. Like I was saying, like, there's lots of people suffering with mental health, and you wouldn't have a clue because they're going to put on a brave face for you. They're going to smile with you. They're going to get up and they're going to go to work, school, or whatever it is, and nobody knows.
Yeah,
it's
so
not that obvious.
I mean, let's say you're out in a pub, and
yeah,
somebody walk up to you and the brother come with something random like you crazy bitch, or they start slagging you, and you feel like they're trying to make you feel a certain type of way. Again, would that come under mental health? Like, say this person is just slagging you off for no reason.
Yeah, I think it definitely can. You couldn't make a diagnosis on the spot there, but if someone's just going to come randomly up to you like that, you know that something's not quite right there, don't you? so what is it that person's experiencing? Do they have schizophrenia? Are they hearing voices? Do they think that you're saying something to them that you haven't said? Is that why they're responding in that way?
Okay, okay. Right. So we got Lisha say, I work in mental health and I currently go uni and study health and social sciences. Channel.
So she will have seen a lot too, working in mental health. Is that in hospitals or in like a care home environment?
So I mean, have you got any God, have you got any like serious things that's ever happened while you're in your 12 years of service? Like, I mean, have you seen things that make you feel like you probably want to give up, or you know what I mean?
Do you know what? No, there's been nothing that's kind of made me say I want to give up. I think I've been one of the lucky nurses because I've never been on shift when something serious has happened, as in like somebody taking their life. But I've definitely seen some things that have made me step back and kind of think, wow, that's really going on for you. Like people with bipolar disorder, for example, when they're in a manic phase, that's what it's called. It's unreal. It's like you can't take your eyes off the situation because you can't believe what you're seeing with that person. It's just go 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 all the time. There's no stopping for them. They're talking 10 to the dozen. They're doing things like stripping their clothes off, or they've got makeup all over their face, but not in a normal way, in a very
Yeah.
unusual way. So things like that, you have to step back and think, wow.
Okay. So, like I said, I would love to understand a bit more. So, I'm just going to pitch you some questions that I always want to know. So this is just from me, yeah? So anybody in the public, if you got anything that you'd want to learn or understand just the same way, fire away, okay? Kim is here for us, and hopefully she can give us a little bit more insight with what's going on. So, Kay, is it Kay or Kim? Kim.
Yeah, you can call me Kim. Yeah, let's keep it
All right, Kim.
to
That's fine.
Kim.
So, Kim, uh, what would you say causes mental health? Does it has to be like somebody went through something in their life and that could lead to mental health, or does it
Do you
literally
know?
something you're born with naturally?
So you're quite right. There's different things that can turn into mental illness. So sometimes it's circumstances, things that happened in that person's life that they just can't deal with. So they develop some type of mental illness, and that's their kind of way of dealing with it. So it might be that it results in schizophrenia. It might be that it results in anxiety or in depression. So that's kind of a reactive thing. Then obviously you've got those people that that some mental illnesses, they say you've got more chance of getting it if somebody in your family's had it, like schizophrenia. um I think definitely one of the biggest influences is environmental things, just things that have happened to you.
Okay, okay. So I think we got Lichelle. She is literally
She
on
said
it.
genetics.
Had to be restrained in restraints.
Oh, so
Oh,
yeah, so sometimes people like in like hospital settings and that, it can get quite, I don't know what the right words would be to use. They can be quite violent or quite rowdy. So sometimes you have to restrain those people. Some people are restrained to give them medication, because some people don't even, when they're so ill, they don't know that they're ill. So they have to be restrained to give them injections.
okay, okay.
So that can be quite traumatic. It's just to see that is I used to think it was quite barbaric. Imagine hold it like 5, 6 people holding one person down to stick an injection in them. That's not
Wow,
nice to see.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, Nadine, any sound yet? I think she's working on it. What the hell is going on with this phone? It's just vibrating like that. Stop, man. Oh, let me turn these notifications off. All right, there you go. Right. So Right. So I mean, like, so mental health in general, would you say it's a disease?
No, I wouldn't say it's disease. It's an illness. I think illness is a better word to use.
Hi, can you hear me?
We can.
Bomb!
Fine.
God! Yeah, man.
I don't know what you're doing to me this week, Nadine. Boy.
No, it's not. Listen, I don't think it's just me because I keep on seeing you, then I don't see you guys. You're going on, you're coming off. I don't know what's going on, mate. I've changed no settings on my stuff. What music? I haven't got the music.
Is it the aliens? Is it the aliens? Nadine?
Yeah, I'm on my Wi-Fi now. I'm on Wi-Fi.
I'm saying it's probably the aliens in your phone.
Yeah.
Come on, Nadine, man. This is your topic. Let's fire away now.
Yeah, you were just talking. Don't just do that and stop the show and expect me just to jump in. Where were you just talking, Kimberly? I'm going to refer to Kimberly because you do this a lot. Kimberly, what were you just talking
Okay,
about?
so let me catch you up then. So it was asking first of all about what sorts of things can influence mental health. Like, is it a reactive thing? Is it a genetics thing? And then what was the last question that you asked me there? I can't even remember myself. Oh, you asked me if it's a disease. And I said, no, it's not a disease. It's an illness.
And also, yeah, Kim, so let me carry on now because obviously he's asked nearly every single question I was going to ask you from the text message that I sent you today. Am I correct?
No, you have to ask me them questions, to be honest.
She lie?
No, but what you just said about, like, is it genetic and that? Some of the stuff I did send to Kim already in the text today.
I never said that.
Yeah, Kim, do you think alcohol and weed is a massive, massive influence on mental health nowadays in the UK? I don't know about anywhere else.
Yeah, I think I could only ever speak for the UK. Obviously, I don't have experiences in other areas. And Nadine, I'm going to say this is another tricky one because yeah, it is like, especially like the cannabis now. So we know that cannabis can
psychotic
contribute to mental illness, can't it? It can make a person more depressed and make a person more anxious and paranoid. If you've got schizophrenia, it can make that worse. But at the same time, for somebody, for other people, cannabis is like self-medication. It helps them, and they can't cope without. They can't cope with their mental illness without the cannabis.
I feel like, you know, when you can you hear me?
Yeah.
I feel like, you see, like, all right, you got some people that smoke weed, and you got some people that have got mental health illnesses. I feel like there's some people that are like scales. And if they're more towards the mental health side anyway, this will make it worse. But if you got the people that are on a level,
I agree with you 100% there. Like, I do think that you can be more susceptible to becoming mentally unwell. And then if you go and have cannabis and alcohol on top of that, then it's going to make your problem worse in the majority of cases. But this is just speaking from one personal case that I've seen with depression. Somebody that had depression, really, really bad depression. They wanted to end their lives at times, and they smoked cannabis. I had a bit of a word with them and said, you know, do you think that this could be making your depression worse? And they're like, no. But they were willing to try and give up and see if it made a difference. And they did. They only gave up for about 2 weeks, but they just could not cope without it. When they stopped smoking that cannabis, their mood went down even more. They weren't sleeping. So, you know, like sleep deprivation can definitely add to mental illness. And the weed used to kind of help them, to kind of mellow them out and help them sleep. So for some people, it does act as a medication. But I do definitely think if you're more susceptible to mental health, then cannabis doesn't help. Neither does alcohol.
Is she gone again?
There she is.
Nadine, stop touching the phone, please.
I'm not touching the phone. I'm on my phone, and people keep on ringing my phone, so I've got no control over that.
Oh, channel. Wow. Okay. Yeah, you heard what she said, Nadine.
Yeah, Kimberly, I totally agree with you. I feel like we can push you or it can either bill you. Like, it just depends on where you are, where your head is. And especially like, okay, I'll give you an example. You got different types of you got, because there's so much different things in weed. You got a high weed and you got a low weed. It depends where you are. I just feel like you have to have the right mindset. And it's the same with anything. Because if I go out in a bad mood and I drink alcohol, it's not a good night.
Yeah, depends what your mood's like in the first place, how it's going to affect you. And the other thing with cannabis that you have to remember, Nadine, not everybody who grows their cannabis grows it just straight and is looking, it's not all natural, if you know what I mean. They'll put a load of stuff on it. Them things are the things that are going to push somebody's mental health to be worse than it would have been.
Okay, so one of my main things I did want to speak about this evening, because we're talking a lot about mental health, but one of the it is mental health, it's still mental health, but I didn't want to talk about the illnesses so much because there's so much. It's a massive spectrum.
So many.
I wanted to talk more about depression. So I wanted to know, like, okay, not even know, I wanted to know, okay, anyone can get depression, just like anyone can get mental health problems. Yeah, this is a mental health thing. Is it just medication?
What do you mean? Like, if it's just medication that can help you?
Yeah, because all right, then if you speak to a Jamaican person now that's not really, because you know a lot of Jamaican people don't really believe in a lot of the stuff that goes on with mental health, and I'm being serious, a lot of them don't. A lot of them will just say, all them need is prayer. No, man, read the Bible over them. Do this, do that. Do you think it's medication that can solve it, or do you feel like prayer can solve it, or do you feel like psychiatrists can solve it? Like what do you think is the easiest way to help, or do you think it's different for everybody?
There is no easy way. There's definitely never an easy way, and different people are going to respond to different things. In terms of medication, I think it has its place. I don't think that it's a be all and end all. I definitely think that being able to talk to somebody is the best thing, because some people they'll tell you they don't know why they're depressed, they don't know why they feel this way, but deep down most of the time there is a reason, and they've got somebody who's willing to take that time out and listen to them and get to the root of the problem. I think in most circumstances that can be more helpful than medication. But I think that medication has its place. I've seen medication help people. I've heard lots and lots of people say, look, the medication's not making me fully better. I'm still depressed, but I'm better than I would have been without the medication.
Because I've always found it a little bit difficult. Like medication, okay, then for instance, I've got hypertension, I've got high blood pressure, yeah? And I understand that my medication is there to slow my heartbeat down because I'm quite an anxious person. I just don't understand how a drug can make me think different. It's always something that's messed me up. I just don't understand. What does it,
it doesn't make you... It doesn't make you think different. It changes the chemicals in your brain. Okay, for an example, have you ever taken anything like codeine?
Yeah.
To like treat pain. So when you take codeine, it doesn't stop the pain. It changes the way you think about pain. It makes you care less about the pain, if you know what I mean. But the pain is still there. So it's the same when you have an antidepressant. It's not that it's stopping the depression from being there. It's changing the chemicals in your brain so that your response to it is different. It's still there, but you're not feeling it as much, if you know what I mean.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh no, well, I really didn't know that. Did you read that, Nyamafood? I didn't know that at all.
I'm really quiet because I want to hear, I want to understand, and I don't want to even read.
No, that's really shocked me. I didn't know that. I thought it took the pain away. Because you know, I've always thought, how does paracetamol know where to go?
No, paracetamol, everything's just chemicals. It's just changing the chemicals. But paracetamol is one of those ones you don't really know when it's working and when it's not. It doesn't hit you like that. But that's why I use the codeine example, because you know when that hits you, you can feel it, can't you?
Yeah,
you feel it, a bit of a, you feel nice, don't you? You feel a bit of a buzz. Yeah.
So we got right. We got Rhonda, because we read some of these comments. We got Rhonda says, I don't think tablets are good. What you get, because how do you know what the best? Well, what's the best
you
one?
You don't, because as a person, I'm going to actually honestly say now, as a person that goes to the doctor regularly, as me get a little itch or something, me go to the doctor. As soon as you tell the doctor, I don't feel very well, and half the time it's an experiment, because they don't know how you're going to react off that pill. So they'll try that for a few months. Doesn't work, they'll move you on to a next one. So that's exactly how it is. They don't know what works for who. They just give it to you. That's with every drug, I think. I don't know if I'm right, Kim.
Yeah, you're right. Like different things are going to work for different people. In the way that mental health drugs are kind of prescribed, they start with the one that's going to have the less side effects. So they start with the most mildest one, and they'll see if that's going to work for you. And for some people, it does great. They start to feel a bit better than they did. But for people, it has no effect whatsoever. If I take a paracetamol to kill, it doesn't work. I'm still in pain. I need something different, but somebody else, it might work for them. It takes away the headache. So it's the same with mental health medications. They have to try different ones until they find the right one for that person. But sometimes some people never find the right medication. It doesn't work for them.
Kim, do you think Nadine has got depression?
You're a dickhead.
Do you know what? I couldn't answer that one without having that conversation.
No, you're an
with
absolute
Nadine where she directly.
I think Nadine is depressed. I think Nadine is depressed.
Poor Nadine.
All I know is that depression is a serious thing, and sometimes people think that the people out there, that the most funniest people, the ones that like to laugh the most, sometimes they hit the darkest places. So you get good days and bad days, and I think everybody does. So I think there's a thing called there's a thing that, like, you know, you can get. I remember speaking to Kim once, and Kim said to me, "There's a thing you can get called, I don't know if you remember, Kim, called social madness. These are the people that don't get sectioned, that are on the street." And I feel like you've got that section too with depression, where it's just like a social depression kind of thing. You can go in and out of it, like, you know, like, I don't know if I'm right, but that's how I feel that life can hit you at times. I don't know if I'm right.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think people mask depression, don't they?
Yeah.
I've got someone in my mind right now, and even as a mental health nurse who's seen lots and lots, this person was so depressed for a good couple of years, and I didn't have a clue. Not until somebody came and told me, because they were smiling and they were joking and were doing everything that they did in their day-to-day life. Nothing changed, but inside they were battling.
Yeah, because there's a lot of comedians that have killed themselves like that. Isn't like there's a lot of comedians that have killed themselves. They're making the world laugh, but inside they're not happy.
One second, ladies. So we've got oh, big up to yourself, Donna. Big up to yourself, Jem. Says she's all the way in Jamaica. Big shout outs to every Jamaican right now watching. We've got Leisha said, I still work with mental health and go to university. And then again, she says she suffers with depression and no one would know. Is that true?
Yeah, of course you can.
Yeah, definitely.
No,
definitely.
look, don't make me look like I eat that, Nadine. I don't know. I need education. What's wrong with you?
Okay, now let me give you an example that make you understand, yeah? I could be sat here on this show with you right now, and doo-doo cramp could be killing me, and you wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know. Why wouldn't I know?
Because you don't need to know that.
Yeah, but you probably would be farting up yourself.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Some people are good at masking things. You get what I'm saying? Just like a woman or a man could be with a woman for years and they can't stand each other, but they're just together. It's like a show. Like anyone can. It's acting. It's pretending. It's fakeness. Like Instagram. Instagram is a big facade for a lot of people. So this world that we live in at the moment, that's how people are. You don't agree?
I don't know, 50-50.
So, okay, in Jamaica, you know, when they say, like, you come, like, okay, in England, she just said a minute ago, yeah, there's some people that the tablets don't work for. In Jamaica, the first thing they'd say is, somebody will be at them. Somebody will be at them. What do you think about that, Nyamafood? Do you think it's real or do you think it's just mental health?
Depending on the scenario, yes, they would say that. So what you think? Huh?
And do you think that Jamaicans can be in denial about mental health or depression?
I mean, in my eyes, to what I've seen so far, I don't like I was just telling Kim, it's just not being aware of it. Because remember, I don't know about now, but before, when I was in Jamaica, I've never really heard that word much, you know, around people that we've been around to say, oh, that person suffered depression or blah, blah, blah. Sometimes we just upon a man and say, oh, that brother, they're mad. You know what I mean?
Stick up in Nyamafood, please. Have you ever heard of, when some women have baby and like some women like can hurt their babies or they feel really like they don't love the baby? What do you call that?
What we'd call that? No murder?
I'm signing out. I'm signing out. Have you heard of it before then, Nyamafood?
No, hold on. All right. I'm just messing, man. Listen. All right. So what you just said, what if a woman's got a child and she murdered?
Have you heard of the condition where women have the children, babies, it's like the baby blues or what they call it, and the woman gets really sad with the baby, like, and some women have harmed their babies. Some women don't want to be around the baby.
Yeah. It does. Yeah, it does happen. What are you saying?
So that is a form of a depression, a form of a mental health, because it isn't. Am I correct, Kim? I don't want to go and say something that's wrong. It's a form of like a mental health or like a depression. Am I correct?
You're talking about postnatal depression.
But yeah, baby blues. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of that can come in with that, Nadine. You've got postnatal depression, and then for people who have already got like a mental health illness, the whole all your hormones get changed when you're pregnant, and even continue to change after you've had the baby. They can get what they call puerperal psychosis, which is a really, really bad form of psychosis because of the chemical change in their body, that's the hormonal change in their body that's happening when they're pregnant.
Okay.
And you say that as you was talking about that, I was reading up some articles yesterday, because obviously, it's nice when as you get older as a woman, you like to know about the changes in your body and stuff. I didn't know that your hormones change so much throughout the month. Hence why women can have, like, men think that women are hard to read. And then sometimes I think some women are hard to read, but every single week of the month, your hormones change. Am I correct? Oh, have you gone? Are you there?
Yeah. I'm here. Yeah. I'll agree with you on that.
Remember, she mute herself. Nadine. One second, Kim. So Nadine, she have to mute herself because it's playing back in the background. So then, when you ask her a question, she unmute and she will answer.
Oh, okay, I didn't realize. Thought she was being
rude. That's why I'm just saying it now. Continue, Kim. My apologies.
Sorry, what did you say now, Kim?
No, I was just saying that you don't need to be a mental health professional to know that, do you? We know as women that the hormonal change that we go through on a month-to-month thing is unreal.
No, let me give you a joke, yeah? All right, then. When I am due on, I'm aware of what it is now, and obviously I'm getting older, so they're getting a little bit stronger, and it's that time in my life, and I might be going for the change, blah, blah, blah. But, like, there'll be times I'll be in the house, and, like, say, we're just in the house watching TV, and I can hear Carl on the other side of the room just breathing. And all I'm saying in my head is, if you make another sound in here, I'm going to do life for your breathing. Now, I don't understand why I feel like this, and I have to leave the room. I actually get emotional. I'll cry because I'm thinking to myself, are you an idiot? You want to murder the man over breathing? Really? So yeah, it's true. Now women, we get it, man. Men get it, because you got testosterone, but we get it. Right.
Okay, so I would love to know, what is postnatal depression?
Post, that means it's after the baby. Natal means baby, I'm assuming, and then depression. So it's depression after you have a baby. So it's all your hormones in one bucket, basically, just swimming and just pissing you off. And then the baby pisses you off because it's just making a bag of noise. It wants you to love it, and you're not really interested, or you're not feeding up to it. I don't know if I'm right, but that's what I'm imagining it feels like. Am I correct, Kim?
There's a few different things that go on. Obviously, some women with postnatal depression have difficulty bonding to their baby, don't they? They just don't feel that. They feel guilty because they don't feel that instant, oh, I love you so much feeling. And they feel guilty because they don't have that feeling.
Yeah, I can imagine. No, I can imagine. Because some babies don't latch. Yeah, I can imagine. And emotionally, they don't connect either with the kids. Yeah, I can imagine that's a really hard thing to go through. Do men get it, Kim?
Well, I'm not too sure. I've only ever heard one man or a case of one man that said that he's had postnatal depression. I'm not convinced. Let's put it that way. I did read up on it a little bit, and I'm still not convinced about that.
Okay.
I reckon that men
You
just,
didn't have the
some men
same
can get
hormonal
jealous after
change that the
pregnancy.
woman had.
I think that some men could just get
Yeah,
jealous
maybe
after
that.
pregnancy.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
So maybe they're a bit down. Yeah, maybe they can get a bit jealous and a bit depressed because they're not getting the same level of attention as they used to before the baby. But as in
Jesus
postnatal depression, I don't
divine.
know about that.
Respect, right? Right. So Kim, can depression be what's the word? Cured?
I think my immediate answer is no. There isn't a magic cure. That it's not like breaking your arm and putting a cast on and everything's all better. It's fixed. You can definitely get someone into a place where they're a lot happier than they were. Definitely.
It's like death.
I
Yeah,
think
you
that
never get over death, but it can get easier to deal with. Like that, you mean?
yeah, absolutely. You find different ways of thinking about it, don't you? So you're not as down about it, and you know you can live with it. So you live with depression rather than getting rid of it completely.
So Leisha just said it can be managed. Can it be managed?
Yeah, so yeah, she's right. It can be managed, not necessarily cured. So you learn to live with it basically, and you find better ways of coping with it. That's just going, having a person to talk to, doing exercise, whatever it is that works for you. You just manage. You find a way to live a better life with it rather than getting rid of it.
I'm not sure if Rhonda was saying no, it cannot be. I don't know if it was to what Leisha says, but let me read what she said before that. She said, "It is true you would not know some people with depression. You can look at them and they will cuss Jamaican, will say what wrong." Okay, well. Andrea says, "Control, not cure, as it can be triggered." Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
definitely is.
Boy, this topic is like it's a broad spectrum in it. Like, I mean, oh God, there's so many things I want to ask. I don't even know which one to put first. Nadine, I don't like when you're so quiet, you know. Jesus, she gone again, you know. You on that phone, man. Jano. Just don't answer the calls, man. Just let it run. Just don't answer the calls. Let it ring. We won't hear it. We can't hear you, though. We can't hear you, love. She's doing sign languages. Hello. Can you please hang up with the depression and jump back on then, please? Like what you did for the first time. Boy, oh boy. Why is Nadine just a guanso this week? She don't normally do this. Da da dee, da da da. Okay, Randa. Apologies. Like I said, I was not sure. So that's why I did not. I said, based on what you said. So now I understand. Okay, thank you. Right. So you know what? This mental health and depression stuff, I have got loads of friends. Sometime she's cussing me, Andrea. I know she always does. You guys know that. Nadine's always cussing me. I'm okay. I can deal Nadine depression. Don't worry. I can deal with it. Okay, right. So let's
Can you hear me?
Finally, yes, she's back.
Shut your mouth, Nyamafood, because you keep on running joke like you think depression is a funny thing. When there's people out there hanging themselves over depression, because you laugh at everything. Like,
Yes, is what you
even
say.
when your van
You
got
said,
stolen,
shut your
you were
mouth,
like,
Nyamafood.
not everybody
Is what you
deals with it
said.
like that with you. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not a funny issue.
is how you say things. I find it funny because you come in here like, shut your mouth, Nyamafood. You mean shut your mouth?
Everything bad's funny. You're terrible. I was telling you about what happened to me this weekend, and you were laughing like family lost my life.
Did your depression trigger off?
And then there's been times that I have conversations with, like, you know, like out of work, like differently, like when I speak to Nyamafood in the week, yeah, and I'm speaking to him. There's been a couple of times that I've just lost it on the phone with him, and then like a couple of hours later, I'll be like, oh, you had a hissy fit, or you're like, fuck's sake. No, you'd be the worst person to be around if I was due on Nyamafood, I swear. How can
Really?
I fight anybody now?
You think so? I doubt that because I'm easy to get along with. Everybody can get along with
No,
me.
you're easy to get along with yourself.
Nadine, I'm easy to get along with.
Yeah, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
Okay.
Do you think that you've got any mental health issues, Nyamafood?
I don't know.
I do.
I don't know. But in my knowledge, I doubt not.
You don't think you've got any mental health issues?
I'm not. I don't think so.
It's delusional mental health, Kim.
That's why. This is why I want to ask Kim. Like, so if I was to think I've got mental health, yeah, or depression of such, would it be something that I'm doing all the time and just not realize that I'm doing it?
Huh? Oh, that's so fun because Kim can't answer either. No, I tell you what, Nyamafood, yeah, you know some of the things that I hear you talk about, yeah, that have happened to you in the past, like, okay, I don't mean to bring up stuff, but you've mentioned it on here, so I'm going to bring it back and refer to it. Boom. You've mentioned about, I think was it your dad that wasn't around?
Yeah.
And then you mentioned last week about a child passing away. Now, sometimes these are things in life you don't realize you've got it in the back of your head, and it makes you behave a certain way. There might be something that you do in your life that makes you behave a certain way because of things that have happened to you. Like, you know, like they say that, like, you know, like maybe if somebody's been troubled sexually when they were younger, they can be quite promiscuous when they get older, or they can be the opposite. Like, you know, like, do you get what I mean? So there's certain things that you do that must be from things that you've had happen to you in the past. Do you get what I'm saying?
I'm listening. I'm not get it yet.
Yeah. Well,
but Kim, if she's saying anything to me that you disagree, you need to jump in as well. Simple. Can Nadine go and she know everything? I mean, I have a problem with it. But me know she know more than
Well,
me.
I can say she knows you better than I do, so
She know more than me. Go on, Nadine.
Nah, you know what I mean, though, Kimberly. You know when you see certain behaviours in people, and you're like, oh, you know, it must be stems from that. Like if someone was to say to me, "All right, then, boom," I don't even know. It's really difficult to say about myself now. I'm thinking about it, but every action has a reaction. So anything that's happened to you in life, you act on that. That's who you are. Your experiences make you who you are. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, Kim.
Yeah.
Kim, so we got Roy said 99.9% of the world population has some degree of mental health problems. Facts. Do you agree?
Yes, absolutely. And that's because mental health can vary on the level of like seriousness. Now, even you yourself, you must have at some point in your life, or like many occasions in your life, thought to yourself, oh, I'm feeling a bit crap, I'm feeling a bit down. So you might have a diagnosis of depression, but you definitely felt those feelings, haven't you? Or when you're anxious about something and it's troubling you, and you can't stop thinking about a certain situation. So that is like mental illness, but just not on a large scale. So it affects people in different ways, and people have better coping strategies than other people. So I think it is definitely onto something there. In fact, everybody has experienced some type of mental health illness at some point in their life. It may not be an illness.
Famous person that I know with mental health, and I don't care what no one says, this is a madman fanning Barnsley. No. Donald Trump.
Jesus. Did she just call the Nadine?
What? He's not in power no more. I'm not shook.
He's not in power.
Acting like the 15 people that are on the live who got his email. You know that girl.
It doesn't matter. I'm just saying, nah. What's wrong with you? You know, you shut up.
No, sorry. I'm really sorry because I just nearly vomited in my mouth. I'm in my car. And
You see that?
And
yeah.
somebody walked past and brought up a scream from the bottom of their stomach as they walked past my car. I just had to look at them as if to say, "You dare spit it by my car."
Thank God we didn't hear it. Bad life experience make you what you are. Indy says. Do you agree?
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree, Kim?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, some people have really, really, really bad experiences, and those experiences will follow them for the rest of their lives. It will never ever leave their mind, and the thoughts that they get from them, they're intrusive. They can't get away from them thoughts. They're always there. At some point, they might be able to distract themselves for a while, but those bad experiences definitely shape the way that you grow and the things that you do in later on in your life.
Yeah.
Okay, Nadine, I'd love you to help me to read what Charmaine Brown has just posted, please.
I agree with Nadine, and I can give an example. So someone I know spent most of their time being raised by carers whilst parents were in other countries working. I can't see it. It's gone.
Okay, I don't know what happened, but the person is overprotective of their children to the point of paranoia, yeah, paranoia, sorry. Even the other siblings are the same.
They're paranoid because their conscience bites them because they were never around for their kids. So whoever made them wasn't them. Like, they made them, but they didn't, like, what do you call it? Build their mind. Like, you know, like a parent's normally there. You raise your kids to the best you can. They weren't there. It was someone else that raised your kids. That's probably why they're like that.
Is she not saying that person was in care and now they're kids and paranoid about?
Oh, is that what she's saying? Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Well, I understand then. Yeah, I understand then, definitely. Sorry, I got that wrong. I didn't hear it right or read it right. Yeah, that's understandable. Of course it is.
That's why I never come.
And that's why a lot of men nowadays, not all, but a lot of men that realize that they didn't have a father figure in their life, when they have children, they're overly in. Do you get what I mean? Not all, but there's a majority of them that are.
Right. Okay. Roy said, hold on, let me read what Andrea says. If you feel as if you're doing things out of character, it might be your mental health. You might need to reach out to someone. Andrea said that. Roy said, Nyamafood Nadine attack facts, issues, conflicts from childhood, young adulthood affect our thinking behavior. Lord of mercy. Right, you know, if you're going with a big word, them connotative or thoughts, emotions, etc. All right, Roy. It look like you placed that from somewhere still, you know. I think Roy copied that from somewhere and drop it in him. Just put in the Nyamafood and Nadine part.
Something I wanted to also address.
That look well written.
Do you think, yeah, this is a really deep thing, and a lot of people might be offended by what I'm about to say, but I don't care. It's just something that I've noticed.
You need to
care. You think that, you know, like in Jamaica, for instance, yeah, like sexuality is like from young, like it's like a lot of it's in your face. Compared to England, it's like a really sexual country, and it's like it's popular for boys to lose their virginity from a young age. And do you think that has an effect on the way men are when they get older, why they think it's appropriate and acceptable to have several women because of that? Or do you think it's just a celestia? Do you understand what I mean, Kim, when I say that?
A sadistic. I think it's how they stay, because if I didn't have experience of other men from like the English culture and whatever, then I would agree with you. Yeah, they think it's acceptable because they've been exposed to it from an early age. But then British men are just the same, aren't they? They think it's acceptable to go here, there, and everywhere with themselves.
Thank you. So Nadine, go on. Yeah, so she can.
Yeah, I agree with you. I do agree with you, but I've never heard like Michael Bolton or Michael Jackson or them other singers singing about it, and people in the party dancing around the table saying, "I've got more than one woman. I dig out all the women in the world." Like, I never hear that. You guys praise it like it's
They've just got more risk comes to it. They hide it better, Nadine. That's all I think. They hide it better.
Thank you very
I
much.
don't know. I don't know. I just feel like there's a level, isn't there? There's a level.
A level of what,
I definitely think that they're more disrespectful because of it, because they think it's okay, because they've been taught it's okay.
Like it's normal.
Yeah. It is, yeah. I've had arguments with Jamaican men over this. They're saying, yeah, it's normal. People cheat. It's just facts. Like, I don't see why you should get so emotional and upset about it. It's normal. I'm like, no, it's not normal.
It's not normal, because when the pussy get you wet, all weak like them.
Well, I mean, you know what? I can't even say on that level, because it depends on the female that you're so called there with that sugar geek. Because sometimes a woman give it away to we as man, and sometimes we happy. We do well want to get really a long time too. So you know what I mean? You have to look on it both ways, not just one-sided.
I don't really agree with the cheating, because it does hurt. Do you get what I'm saying? Because obviously, when a woman cheats, she cheats from a different place. When a man cheats, he just cheats from his penis. So it's two different things. I must say, it's two different things. Women think that associate sex with love, where men associate sex with just busting a nut.
So we got Rhonda says a lot of kids in foster care suffer with mental health issues and depression, and do not get the right help and support. So why they are so hungry. Kim, can you answer that one?
She's right, and I think that goes for people who are suffering with mental health as a whole. They don't get the right help and they don't get the right support because there's not enough resources there for them. There's not enough hospitals, there's not enough nurses, and there's not enough psychiatrists, like specialist doctors. So people are left to suffer alone. If you go in with a serious mental health illness now, say you're depressed or you're anxious or you've got schizophrenia, you're not going to get to see a specialist for at least 6 to 8 weeks at least. And that's
what I find really rude.
Mental health illness.
Kim, you know what I find really crazy, yeah? Yeah, this is true. What she's saying is on point, to the point you can't even believe how on point it is. And even worse now, it's COVID, she's talking the truth. But you know what I find really crazy, all right? I've always said this, yeah? And I don't want you to take no disrespect to this, because obviously you've been doing this for years and I can't tell you about your job because you're a professional at your job. But I've always said this. You see, a white person can't tell me what it's like to be black. If you're an honest person in the public and you don't shoplift, you can't tell me how to be a shoplifter if you've never done it. Yeah? I just think sometimes, I know that it's your job. Don't you find that it's really difficult for you to understand what's going on with somebody if you've never experienced that yourself?
Absolutely, you can't. You can't imagine. The one that I never ever get my head around, and I can't imagine, is what it's like to hear voices or to see something that other people can't see. I can't. I can only go off what people explain to me, but I will never ever have a full insight into that unless it happens to me. I can't.
No, I totally agree with you there, Kim. Totally agree with you. Yeah. You're right.
I think the ones that you can associate most closest to are depression and anxiety, because most people throughout their lives will feel depressed at some point and a bit anxious at some point. So you sort of know what that person's going through. But when it comes to bipolar, the psychosis, and hearing voices and seeing things that are not there, or feeling things on your skin that are not there. You can't associate fully. You can have compassion, and you can listen to what that person's experience is, but you can't fully appreciate what they're going through.
Yeah,
Okay.
I totally agree with you there, Kimberly. I totally agree with
you. Andrea's just said, I had a job and the people used to pressure me. I started suffering. Is it suffering, yeah? Or stuttering? I started stuttering. That's when I knew I had to do something as my mental health was being tested.
Yeah, I can hear that, and I can hear that.
Kim, let's just say, like me now, I'm on the show with Nadine, and Nadine cuss me out every week. And one week I just find myself flipped and just lose it. I mean, do you think that means that she has triggered my mental health?
No, you've triggered your ignorance about mental health.
No, I don't think so. I think that some reactions are just what we call normal, aren't they? It's normal sometimes, and it's normal to kind of react in a slightly aggressive way. That's normal.
There you go. So this is why I said earlier, prior to what Nadine was saying about even like the Jamaican, she loves Jamaicans, yeah, and then they whatever and say somebody do something out of the norm, but then she would say, they might say, that person get OBR, blah blah blah. So this is what I was saying, Nadine. Like, back home, it's not every time you hear we always say things like that, because we probably might say, you know what, that person probably smoked the wrong spliff this morning, or you know what I mean. We find other ways going around it. The mental health and the depression, something that no forward till we see.
And I think that it is normal to have a bad mood. Just because you get up in a bad mood today doesn't mean that you've got mental health problems. We are human beings. We get mood swings. Everybody does. I see babies get moody sometimes. They get pissed off. So it doesn't mean it's mental health. I think it's when it's a recurring thing and it's continuous. And, like you can get spells of it. Do you get what I mean? I think it's anyone can lose their temper. Just because I had a fight with someone today doesn't mean I've got mental health problems. Do you get what I mean?
So apart from that, let's just say you're a person that loves to punch somebody. Would that then be classed as a mental issue?
Well,
it can be.
Is AJ got mental health issues?
Nadine, he boxes for a living. That's what the man does for a living.
Yeah, exactly. But that other person that wants to punch people for a living maybe should do that too. Do you get what I mean? He channeled his. He's a boxer now because he's got anger problems. He had it before when he was on road, and he channeled it into boxing, and now look, he's a world champion. So, do you get what I mean?
Nadine, I do get what you mean. Full 100%. We do get what you mean. Right? Now, I mean, you're talking about something different from what we were talking about. Now, somebody who does something as a profession, I would never ever compare them to somebody who's just walk around and just punching people.
Okay, let me give you an example, yeah? Let me give you an example, then you want to put it that way. Where's everybody gone? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
That's what I just asked.
Yes.
All right then, boom. I'm Nadine now, yeah? And from I've been 15, the man them have always said to me, Nadine, you're going to be my getaway driver. I'm going to do a robbery. And I'm the baddest blood cleat driver, you baddest getaway driver. And I say to myself, you know what? I want to come out of the life of crime. I want to be, oh my God, can you not hear me now?
I can hear you, Nadine. Continue.
And then suddenly someone said, Nadine, you've got real potential. Why don't you become a professional driver? Boom. I've channeled my badness into something good. So I don't understand. I feel like sometimes that's what it's about. Perfect example I'm going to give you now, yeah? I went to a party this Friday and one guy pulled up at the side of me. You going to the party? he said, yeah, go at the party. So I turned around and looked at him, and my brother goes, yo, Stammer, are you that? And I started to laugh. He makes music for a living, stammering. Do you understand what I mean? So sometimes
I get what you're saying, Nadine, but he's got a point. He's got a point. You know, you get them people that are just overly angry and they've got a problem with the whole world all the time, and they just act and behave in certain ways. No, remember, personality disorder, that's a mental health condition. That's something that someone can get diagnosed with.
No, I totally agree with you there, because there's people out there, I'm not going to mention any names, and sometimes you hear them saying, I just want to bang somebody, help, blood. Like, what the hell?
Right. Don't you think that's a mental health problem right there, Kim?
They've got too much testosterone.
If that's a behavior that they're displaying like on a regular basis, yeah, there's something going on there. What it is, I don't know. It depends on kind of how it's presented itself. If it's something like personality disorder, so that can present itself in different ways. You can get those personality disorders where someone's really disruptive in whatever type of way. They want all the attention on them. Everything is about them, and they'll do whatever they can to get that attention. You know, like a lot of people with mental health, they cut themselves, don't they? That's not always people with depression. That's people with personality disorder who want it all to be all about them, because when they cut themselves, the nurse or their friend or their father or their mother comes to help, don't they? They're like, oh, come on, let me help you, let me clean it up for you. So they're getting attention in that way. That person that wants to hit somebody and is really angry all the time, why is that though? Is that personality disorder because, you know, they just can't socialize with somebody in the right way? Or is it that they're angry about something that's happened to them in their past? Is there some sort of depression behind that? You don't know.
I find that a lot of road men seem to have that anger issue. Like, I was in the subway yesterday, and there was a black man ordering some food for his kids, and his kids were like 7 and 6. And like the next step was for my man to fly the counter to this woman because she was getting it wrong. Like, fam, like, calm down, blood. I find that a lot, it's a shame as well, because I find that a lot of the like road guys have got that anger issue. It's like it's just built into them, and it's a shame.
It's learnt behaviours though, isn't it, Nadine? Not necessarily mental health, just learnt behaviours.
Yeah, because they feel like they get, yeah. No, it's true. It is learnt behaviour. It is learned. And some people are just angry, man.
Like Nadine. And Nadine,
Kimberly, am I angry?
I don't think you are.
No, I don't think you're an angry person, no.
Nadine gets mad sometimes and just lose it.
Yeah,
you get your moments though. I've had moments when I don't want to be around you.
Yeah, no, I understand. But I just sometimes, I don't know what it is. It's like when I get vexed with myself for getting vexed. No, it's annoying.
Kim, now I think Roy, I don't know if you can see Roy's comment. He's asking a question about narcissist. Is it narcissist behavior?
Narcissistic behavior. Narcissistic behavior, you know, when it's kind of like your own, like self-importance, everything is about you. I don't know a lot about this, and I haven't actually come across somebody who's had that diagnosis attached to them. But when you're a narcissist,
Nadine does.
Part of personality disorder.
Oh, I think there's some people that's just their personality, mate. There's so much men like that. Oh my days.
Yeah. Oh my days.
But then you get it to the extremes, don't you? And that's when it becomes a mental illness. So you do get people who are narcissists and think is about them, but when it an extreme form of, and it affects other people, then we're crossing over the line. We're crossing the boundary. Yeah. And you need to start thinking, okay, is there a personality disorder here?
Right. So, one more from me. Looking at the time, Miss Kim. I mean, like, your job that you do, is it something that you think you'd continue doing for the rest of your life?
No. It's too much. That's what it's hard work. I mean,
right.
you've got to mentally be able to take that on board until you retire. And I don't think that's something that I could do. It wears you down. You can come off a shift, a nursing shift, and by the end of it, you are mentally exhausted because you're taking on everybody else's kind of negativity, and you haven't got anywhere to kind of let that out. I don't think you could do it for a lifetime and kind of stay mentally well yourself. So in order to make sure that my mental health stays intact, then no, I couldn't do it for a lifetime.
I totally agree with you there, Kim, because you're saying that you couldn't do it for a lifetime and it's your job. Imagine having to live with somebody in your family with a mental health illness. That's forever. You can't just quit that. Oh, no, I've had enough now. It doesn't go. It's there. So I really hear that, man. It's really draining.
So we got Rhonda asking a question again. She says, Kim, what would you say about Epson? What does not want to be around people? Well, it must be a person. Yeah. Let me just read it again. What would you say about a person that does not want to be around people and always want to be alone? Would you say they have depression?
It depends on the circumstances, because I don't know if you're referring to an individual that you have in mind. Some people just like their own company. I'm quite happy in my own company. I'm that person. I don't have depression, but I know I'm thinking about someone who's close to me who does have depression, and they're always alone. They don't necessarily want people around them, but that's because they don't want to project how they're feeling onto another person. They don't want to make that other person feel bad because they feel like a burden. But it definitely can be a sign of depression. If she's got somebody in mind, it definitely can mean it might mean that that person needs a bit of help.
Okay, nice one. Nadine, anything else you want to add? Nadine. All right. Anybody else have got any more questions for lovely Kim? Yep. Boop, boop, boop. Anybody else? All right. Good night, Lisa.
Kimberly answer everybody queries tonight, man. Like that. Nobody know I know nothing more.
Yeah, Kim.
You're not mad. You're either mad or you're not mad.
Kim full up head. Kim full up head. I'll look at something tonight. So big up to yourself, Kim.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming on the show today. And it's very, very, very lovely to see you held up your side of the bargain and make Nadine get kicked out a couple times. I like that. You need to come back again soon. All right. She's never had problems. So I think she probably got nervous because somebody cute is on the platform tonight.
Yeah, kind of big man cute. Say she pretty boy cute. I picking that.
Nadine, when I talk to you, I she be talk to allow me.
Hey, but she's not cute. She's a woman. So
I'm allowed to say that. Leave me alone. That's my depression. That's my depression kicking right there.
Yeah, your depression is women, is it? Now you're another one of them narcissistic men.
Right. So guys of the panel and guys of the comments, Nyamafood, I hope you learned a thing. Or I did, Andrea. Though you're so quiet, I was trying to be, and I take it not with Nadine, I said, but more like what Kim say, you know what I mean? Because Nadine love full up my head of one bag of stories, And yeah, anyway, yes, I must say thank you everybody for coming this week. And I must say big up to the artist that played this track earlier. We will be playing back that track after. And the song is called Main Topic. And the song is by Invasion. Today, the artist Invasion, right? I don't know where my mind was just now. Yeah, that was my depression right there. Okay, so the song from Invasion, and the song is called Main Topic. Big up to the studio people, the original host, the most. We'll make it work. Big up to yourself in the background, and thank you very much for your great job that you're doing on Passion Live Streaming. Kim, is there anything you'd want to leave before you go with us?
No, thanks. No, I'm just joking. No, I think that the kind of final message in terms of mental health is just letting, if you're in the supporting capacity, you're supporting people with mental health, just let them know that it's okay not to be okay. That's the final word from me. It's okay
for real,
not to
for
be
real.
okay.
And just reach out to somebody, man, no matter what, because obviously COVID times are still on. And that, just reach out. Do you get what I mean? Try and reach out to somebody. It doesn't even have to be someone you know. Like, I love talking to strangers. I'm a weirdo for that, mate. Someone that don't know me from Adam, I can tell them everything. Everything, mate.
And you don't tell me nothing.
I ain't got nothing to tell you.
Ooh.
For you to come laugh after me and be depressed. Move your backside language.
Can you read Roy's comment? Because I'm not going to say it out loud.
Man, I'm married woman. Many people.
Nadine, you say you love go on. Calm down. You don't know if somebody's listening. You say informer girl. Anyway.
That could be listening, is not blind.
I'm just saying thank you, Kim. Thank you, Kim, for coming and sharing. And yes,
you're welcome.
Thanks everybody who did bust a share on your page for us. And we do look forward to seeing next week. God hope and God willing. Happy bank holiday. Almost out. Nadine.
Yeah.
Nadine.
Kim, thanks for that. Yeah.
Yeah,
just to know, I've known this girl for over 35 years. So big up yourself, Kim.
Right, so that's it from us tonight. Pastor live streaming, Kim. Take it easy. Have a good week. Cheers. We're out.
Invasion. I what them a say? We no walk and borrow nor beg. Anything we have, we work for. Independent of blood clots, so we say trend.
Girl, you no need them strength. Tell them for go and tell them for go. Them sit down on your name, them even wanna bet. Me and Topic, girl, and you want them make them dirty germs and on a style and on a sense. Girl, you no need them friend. You're independent, you're not beg. And you know walk it for your pussy on your wet. Your body looks so good, them favor any debt. You a lead, girl, and you a set the trend. Them girl, they not ready. And them a say, yo, that's your belly. Inna them house, them never stove, them never telly. Vision of life, I'm a them girl, you see you trendy. Clean every day inna your fendi. And baby, you no fuck out. You no see them girl like comfort. Without the makeup, them no come out. Some ugly girl for whole lot. Them Mac and J run them a whole lot. Borrow clothes anytime them go out. Girl, you no need them strength. Tell them for go and tell them for go. Them sit down on your name, them even wanna bed. Me and Topic, girl, and you want them make them dirty germs and on a style and on a sense. Girl, you no need them friend. You're independent, you're not beg. And you know walk it for your pussy on your wet. Your body looks so good, them favor any debt. You a lead, girl, and you a set the trend. There's some girl who pull up. Your style shot, them sick, come up. No man, no one, them figure love up. Your pussy tight, they turn up. Them can't style you was a loss. Broke pocket, girl, so them corrupt. And baby, you no regular. A top man in your belly, girl. They never fly on a plane, them favor elephant. You a preps, girl, you no fuck any man. You a lead, girl, tell them say elegant. Girl, you no need them strength. Tell them for go and tell them for go. Them sit down on your name, them even wanna bed. Me and Topic, girl, and you want them make them dirty germs and on a style and on a sense. Girl, you no need them friend. You're independent, you're not beg. And you know walk it for your pussy on your wet. Your body looks so good, them favor any debt. You a lead, girl, and you a set the trend. Them girl, they not ready. And them a say, yo, that's your belly. Inna them house, them never stove, them never telly. Vision of life, I'm a them girl, you see you trendy. Clean every day inna your fendi. And baby, you no fuck out. You no see them girl like comfort. Without the makeup, them no come out. Some ugly girl for whole lot. Them Mac and J run them a whole lot. Borrow clothes anytime them go out. Girl, you no need them strength. Tell them for go and tell them for go. Them sit down on your name, them even wanna bed. Me and Topic, girl, and you want them make them dirty germs and on a style and on a sense. Girl, you no need them friend. You're independent, you're not beg. And you know walk it for your pussy on your wet. Your body looks so good, them favor any debt. You a lead, girl, and you a set the trend.
On Passion live stream, on Passion live stream, on Passion live stream, reasoning. Let's talk about it. Any topic with DJ Nyamafood and Nadine. Reasoning on Passion live stream, on Passion live stream, on Passion Live Stream. Reasoning.